What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni and welcome to this video discussing the possibility of Battlefield 1 becoming one of the greatest Battlefield titles in a very long time, at least for me, guys. And of course, all this is paired with some awesome combat footage that I had during my playtime. So guys, let's dive into World War I with Battlefield 1 and the latest Frostbite engine here, quite literally in our newly spawned plane, which, by the way, you shouldn't operate in the driver's seat when there's not a pilot in there. Just a side info. So, Battlefield 1, guys. Is it gonna bring a new dimension or mechanic into the whole Battlefield thing, or is it just gonna be a new Battlefield slightly different, right? That's what I want to find out together with you guys, and also I just want to show you some awesome combat footage of the game when I was playing it. Now, to me personally, it really creates a really old feeling. Not old in terms of World War I haven't been there at that time, obviously, but old in terms of Battlefield 1945. Do you guys still remember that old time when that game was released with the first playable multiplayer beta for free? Jesus Christ, I was not doing anything else but playing this game, and it created such an awesome feeling. To me personally, they really sat down here and created an awesome game that somehow creates or recreates that old feeling. It's not just another Battlefield title for me, it feels different. It feels like they have put a lot more time and effort into creating something that feels unique, something different. And yeah, there's a big controversy going on the internet right now about the fact that there's so many automated weapons being used in the game, and which haven't been there during World War I, of course. And if you would ask me and ask, you know, do you think that this should be in there? I would probably say yes, for the sake of variety. And keep in mind, we're playing a multiplayer game here. By the way, I lost my wing. That's, I think, why I couldn't control my plane anymore. I'm not an idiot and flying into the ground for no reason. Interestingly enough, though, I was able to jump out of the plane again. Whatever. So, yeah, I think it should be in there, some automated weapons, some different things to do, right? Because, you know, this is not a simulation. Battlefield doesn't want to be a simulation. It wants to be an arcade game. It just wants to make you have fun. It wants you to jump into a plane, into a tank or infantry, and just have fun. Capture an objective, fight some other people, do some team play or not. Even if you have no buddies to fight, you can still have a lot of fun in the game. By the way, you should really, if you fight another sniper, you can see the scope sight there. You should always try to remain very agile and make it very hard for him to hit you. And yeah, this is just World War I that you can see right there. This poor sucker has to turn this anti-tank gun around first before he can, you know, fire at a tank with it. And it really creates the World War I feeling for me, even though there aren't really those, well, people running around only with carbines and bolt-action rifles. That's what the war was. So, hey, welcome to the train simulator of 2016. No, of course not. This is just the armored tank here, armored train. Yeah, I mean, if we were to take a look at what World War I was, it was really only just people running around with, or mostly infantry had like these carbine rifles or bolt-action rifles. That's the primary weapon they have been using. There weren't really automated weapons, and if only that very small amount. The thing is, here in the game, there's quite a lot of people running around with it. Obviously, it has certain advantages in the close quarter combat. Also, shotguns are here and everything. But yeah, I think they belong here. It's a game, it's still supposed to make fun, and variety should never die in a game. You should always have a big choice whether or not you want to use this, or whatever, right? And I think you get that in Battlefield 1 quite good. And yeah, to me, it personally does not destroy the World War I feeling. It might be different, that some people might feel differently about it, but, you know, that's just my feeling. This guy here in the bomber just shot me. He shot me with the thing, and I just want to give it back to him and revenge. So let's aim really carefully for this one, and boom! Enemy hit, 17-2 damage. Unfortunately, we didn't kill him, though. Yes, also the weapons, the sniper rifles, are extremely accurate in the game, right? Much more accurate than they were in the game. But do you want to play a game where you know that every shot is going to be random, and you know if you shoot at your enemy, you won't probably be hitting him, or you might not hit him even though you're using a sniper rifle. So in the end, it doesn't, you know, depend on your skill. It rather depends on luck, whether or not you hit him or not. yeah, I wouldn't want to have that, even though I have that in World of Tanks already, and I didn't like it. I don't like it at all. I just want to rely on my skill and my aiming and not on... and to me, that would probably destroy a little bit of the game if I couldn't rely on my aiming as much as I can in the game, right? So, yeah, to me personally, once again, that's the right choice they did, but I also understand that other people feel differently about it. But then again, it's, like I said, it's not a simulation, it's an arcade game. So let's talk a little bit about the scenes that we can see here. Before we go into another round about the question about how good Battlefield 1 actually is. Let's talk about a little bit about the scenes here. This time I know that there's a tank coming up from behind, so I gotta turn this freaking thing around. And I'm being shot at in the process because it takes forever. But now, what do you want to do now, huh? Come on, sucker. What are you gonna... Oh. Okay, you could do that. Oh, alright, okay. Yeah, you have this shield. You're protected from the front from weapons fire, but a grenade can or the blast from a grenade can get through. This is one of the automatic weapons that you can see here, and also quite interesting, you can see the different settings that the game has. Also, the flamethrower guy is here, and I was like, oh god, this guy killed me really bad. I hit him quite well, and he still survived with 63. Is he armored? So I went in there and tried it again. I lured him out because I didn't want to fight him in that narrow area, and look at this, I'm giving him headshots and so many shots, and he survives it because he has that super rare armor. Those guys here with a flamethrower, those heavy gunners, they have some super crazy armor, which obviously weren't in World War I, and if it was, it would have still not make sense to armor yourself against big caliber weapons, right? But in the game, it just is fun to have that, because there's certain places in the game where certain weapons... Oh my god, you actually have to dodge planes with your with your horse. In the game, there are certain positions with crates, and there's only one weapon inside, and if you get that, you get this rare armor and the flamethrower, but obviously the flamethrower makes it not so useful in ranged combat, right? Yeah, also the horses in the game, I really like that mechanic because it really makes you more effective. It's actually worth or valuable to have a horse. Having a horse is something really, really good. Despite the fact that you think, oh, you know what do you want to do with it? But you can overrun people, which you saw before. Here's one of those armored gunners. That's the first headshot he got. The second headshot he got, he's like, oh, what the hell? And yeah, I just can't kill him. He's got too much hit points. And if you had a horse, you could probably run over this guy. Or if you had a horse, you could, you know, run past by him and hit him with a knife or with a sword or whatever that is. So it's really cool, and it makes you so fast and agile. You're not so easy to take down on the horse. And the horse, it has unrealistically much hit points. You gotta, you know, snipe it in the head like 3 times or so in order to kill it. But I think it's good, because otherwise you would always fall down just by getting one shot at the horse. Nobody would be trying to hit the rider anymore. Everyone would just, you know, hit the horse first. So yeah, I guess if this Battlefield is gonna be your next Battlefield, kind of depends on the thing. If you like this genre, this World War I feeling here, and if you don't mind a few really unrealistic things in the game here. If we take a look at the engine and the pure game mechanics, there's not much we can complain about. The Frostbite engine works super awesome. They have a lot of practice with this, and we know, even though this is a beta and there's still a couple of bugs in there, they will fix this, and it's gonna be running super awesome later. So the only question remains is that for you, to say, is this your genre? Is this your kind of game with the World War I? And do you mind a few unrealistic things, basically, or do you maybe even appreciate the fact that there's like a lot of variety in the weapons? You can also upgrade your weapons and modify them and such. So yeah, there's that, right? About the difference between modern combat and the old one, there is a difference in there. You can see this is pretty much the long-range sniping right here. There might be some longer ranges too. There's some exotic shooters that might be able to score a few hits at twice as much distance or so. But, you know, really, 200, 300 meters, that's your average longest range sniping that you're gonna have if you're really taking the game for what it is and not just trying to make the longest sniping range. That's how you can effectively snipe at that distance. After that, the bullet drop and such, it's just not gonna be, and the weapon obviously is not perfectly accurate as well, so yeah, there's that, right? Here I'm going to get killed by debris, but I'm still taking that guy with me with my anti-tank grenade, which I'm also going to use in a few seconds here against this super big tank. Like, these things, they have a lot of hit points. If you want to take them out with these grenades, and you gotta also use the dynamite for it, and you're always dying in the process. It's just a fact. You're gonna die in the process always. But look at this guy that killed me, man. Everything okay with you, dude? You're not looking so good, dude. Really? That was crazy, man. So this is one of the 3 locations that were in this map here where you can get one of those special weapons with special armor. This is the heavy gunner. I would probably name him. I guess that's probably also his name. And with him, you have a lot of armor. You have 1,000 shot, a 200 shot magazine, and you can have this light machine gun. It's just, you know, Terminator the enemies down, man. This is the Terminator, dude. If it was infantry versus infantry, this guy is just going to eliminate everything. I don't know who would win though in a close quarter encounter between the heavy gunner and the flamer, but you know, yeah, an anti-tank rocket gun will still take both of them out, and this is what happened here to me. And yeah, also obviously you're gonna have a lot of fun with road kills, which I'm going to do. Look at this poor sucker. Oh my lord, he didn't expect that to happen, I guess. And let's squish one more. Right squished at the rock there, trying to take one more out. It doesn't work. So yeah, to me personally, this is the next Battlefield, guys. This is the next game I'm looking forward to. It creates this, well, let me say it, an old feeling of the 1945 Battlefield from back in the days. And that's something I have been missing for quite a long time. And I think they really sat down and created a lot of nice stuff here. This guy right here must be one of those extra armor dudes, because I'm only dealing like 50 damage per shot. I don't know. Anyways, guys, I'm doing a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of streaming on Twitch, so in this spirit, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment down below, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe as brutal as a man can hit for more. Thanks for bearing with me. You guys are awesome. As always, Manni-Gaming signing off. Bye-bye.